Taurus, welcome to your November 24 general tarot reading. Because this is general, I suggest you check your sun, moon, and rising, and where Venus was, to get a more well-rounded view, because it is general, not everything is going to resonate with you. So take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. I pre-shuffle the cards because I like to get right into the heart of the matter, and so, I'm going to drop a link in the description below so that if you don't know your sun, moon, and rising, you can get a free birth chart. It's called a free natal chart. And there we go. I will drop that below, and let's get started. You're starting off the animal spirit guide, the Druid. This is from the Druid Animal deck, and I always love to include the animals as they were so important. Their medicine or their wisdom was so important in all the native cultures, not only in the United States, but all the ancient cultures. So you have eagle. Eagle is, eagle for many cultures is a messenger from God or the gods, but the eagle also, according to the Druids, gains its strength from the sun. And as you can see, the sun right now is coming through the window and shining on the eagle. You see he has sharp talons, so he can grab on, he can get what he wants, eat it, but he can get what he wants and carry it up high above all the rest of the birds. He lives high up in the mountains alone. He's associated much more with spirituality and looking down from a greater perspective, seeing things more clearly. He can also help you this month with courage. He can help you with strength and power. He is powerful. He has a huge wingspan. And again, eagle is a messenger. If you let eagle work with you, you'll be able to let go of things you need to let go of. We do our release work, we let go of things, and we move on, and we do our best. But there are layers and layers and layers. And with those deep talons, believe me, you'll be able to cut through the heart of the matter and really get to what's inside. It's like when you have an infection, like I stepped on a piece of glass when I was a kid, and it healed over. I thought I got it all out, but after it healed, every now and then, when I would step a certain way, I had a sharp pain in my foot. And that glass, my foot, the flesh healed around it, that little piece that was in there, and I had to go in with a sharp object, a little needle, and open it to pull the glass out. And these talons will help you do the same spiritually. So luckily, it won't be physically painful, but you may have some pain. But then once it's done, you command the skies. You command your life into existence, the life that you want, the life you already know exists, the life you already have somewhere that isn't quite within your reach. So you'll bring it. You also have things in the position of things coming your way. You have the rider. And the rider, let's try to do that. The rider is moving in swiftly. So it could be some sort of news, excuse me, fast action on something, quick decision making, whatever it is, it will be fast moving. So it's going to be a fast decision. Don't think about it. And because it's in combination with the tree, it could also be news or a visit from someone who is rooted, someone who's rooted in your past. Look at this tree. Remember, the branches and everything extend outward, but so do the roots, as above, so below. So someone from your past may be paying you a visit, or you might hear from them. And whatever you're doing this month in November, it's going to be fast. And there could be some messages involved, but it's good. It's going to be a great, because it's fast moving, you're not going to have time to second guess. You're just going to do it, and it's going to be good. And you know how I know it's going to be good? Because I'm telling you it's going to be good. You are capable, Taurus, my beautiful Taurians, you are capable of brilliant transformation. How about if I put that in front of the camera? The sun is blinding me. It shifted as I was doing the other readings, and here we are, and I can barely see the screen. So, you are capable of brilliant transformation, Taurus. What does that mean? Look at all the butterflies. Look at how they Look at, they're all each in their own with their wings spread out and doing what they do best, right? But they have transformed from the larva stage, right? And as they break out of their cocoon, they need that struggle to live, to strengthen their lungs, to strengthen their wings, to grow. If you help them out of their cocoon, they die. They need the struggle. And excuse me, I'm getting hoarse from, this is my third reading. You break free. When they break free, of course, they die if they're helped. You need the struggle, and I really believe, my beautiful Taurians, that we're here in this particular lifetime to make amends, to have those struggles so that we can learn. You can't grow, and change comes with struggle. There's something. So if we change something and it ends up being a good thing, we have to do the work. So I just had help from a friend and repainted my room, or in the process of touching up, but I hurt my hand. But I'm so glad that I did it. Do you know what I mean? It's just, you need that, some sort of growth. It doesn't come easy. And we're always going to struggle. We have ups and downs. That is the way of life. But if we can make those corrections, we came here to break cycles, and we came here to transform. And so Taurus, this is your month. You have the help of powerful eagle. Look, another creature of flight. All these creatures of flight in the air, spirituality, they barely touch the ground for moments. They're in the air. They live in the air, and it's beautiful. And through this brilliant, brilliant transformation. What does brilliant transformation mean? Being in the light. Brilliant. It means you're going to shine as you transform. You're going to be someone you don't even recognize, Taurus. As beautiful human beings as you are now, you won't even recognize yourself. It's beautiful. And then along with this, what will help you? You're going to come to more enlightenment, to greater enlightenment. And I love this picture because it, if you can see it, it's like a starship. It's in space, above the clouds, in the atmosphere, and it's got a huge sail. It's sailing by the energy, the power of the solar winds. Look at that beautiful nebula, that part of the Milky Way. It's up in space. It's above. You can't, the sun is washing it out, but it really is a beautiful card. Even though it's in the darkness, it's lit. It's that brilliance. The light is coming from the stars. So it's lit by starlight. It's powered by the solar winds. And it's leaving the earth, as beautiful as it is. And it's up in where there's clarity. The clouds cause confusion. You can't see clearly in the clouds. So it's just on its own. There's no need to power it. So you're sailing. You're going forward on your own. There's no need to force it. Just allow it to happen. And there you are. Okay, next Taurus. Excuse me. Let's get to the heart of the reading. So this row is the past, okay? And so you may have been unlucky in love. Most of us have been. But this was love slow to come in, or an ending. It just wasn't happening. This card is normally, as you can see, the knight in shining armor, bringing love. Cup is the cups are emotions, right? And so he's bringing good news, bringing emotions. Could be a knight in shining armor, but because it was like this, perhaps the person you thought was your knight in shining armor ended up not being, but ended up maybe even being the dark knight in your life. But that's okay, because that is in the past. Also, whatever opportunities that came in looking like something turned out to be not exactly what you thought, perhaps in business. Gosh, I'm sorry. But that's okay, because that's over now. And you see, speaking of business, so Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is all about abundance. It's a beautiful card. You see the lilies here. You see it's just the mountains, the troubles, the hardships are behind. You're in a beautiful garden with a beautiful arbor here. And you don't need to leave it, because everything is right here that you need. The beauty is here. This is like the hand of God or Spirit handing you abundance, handing you health, wealth, all the good things, everything good that you deserve, that you're entitled to. But in the past, it didn't quite come. It came, but not as much as you thought should have come, or perhaps not in the way that you thought it would come. And that's okay. Some of it still came, but I feel like there was some disappointment for you, Taurus, and it's in the past. And that's where we can leave it, because this is a beautiful reading, believe it or not. You also have had some decisions to make, choices, maybe where to live, with whom to spend some time with, friends, work, even food, like choices, right? So this card represents a guy who's thinking about all of his desires and wishes and what he wants. The clouds are blocking what he can see, and some of these choices are good, some of them are not so good, like the snake and the dragon, right? But he can't really see clearly. Some of this is even illusion. And so what this is telling you is, remember that things are not always what they seem until until you're involved in something or someone, and down the road then the truth is revealed. So because of these things, you've been more aware, you're a little bit more wary of your choices. Every choice needs to be considered carefully, the pros and the cons, and every outcome that you can think of needs to be considered before making a decision. And I feel, Taurus, that you've learned that, and that you're doing it. You just at the point in your life where it's like, I'm done, I'm not doing this again, and I'm not going through it. So I'm just going to take my time and choose wisely with all the information I can gather. The beautiful thing is, Taurus, you showed up in your own reading. Queen of Pentacles, and it's not gender specific for me. This could be male or female, but the Queen of Pentacles is always you. And when you show up in your reading, it like heightens the power, the intensity of the reading. It's like a superpower. You showed up in your own reading, Taurus. And it's a beautiful thing, because the Queen of Pentacles, and this is how I see you, Taurus, is that things thrive around her, things grow, there's abundance. It's not just money. She's also, by the way, very good in finances and work. She has a healthy work ethic. She could be single, she could be a single mom, and if she's a single mom, if you're a single mom or a single dad, you're juggling everything and you're getting it all done. You're bringing home the bacon, and your kids are always clean, your house is in order, you're getting it done. And so I love this. This is one of my favorite cards, believe it or not. I love her. So Taurus, this is you, and it's fabulous. Now in this row, you could very well be calling in love, because this is the past and love didn't work out, and here you are, and now you have the King of Cups. And King of Cups could definitely be a new partner coming in, or someone new coming in some sort of relationship, and it could very well be love. But you've got water signs. This guy, or this person, this girl, this person, this card, sits on a marble slab in the middle of swirling oceans, in the middle of all kinds of raging seas, which are emotions. Water signifies emotions. And he's just steady, stable, right? He's like the Kool-Aid dad. He can handle his emotions. He is in control of his emotions, and so nothing flusters him. And it's like he's a counterbalance. So you've got Earth, you Taurus, and then you've got water. It could be a very beautiful relationship. I'm not going to say divine counterparts, because I don't. It could be someone with a lot of. It could be someone who, even though is a water sign, could have a lot of Earth in their chart. It could be, or you could have a lot of water in your chart. I mean, it's just the point. It could be a very nice relationship, friendship, or lovers, or just a deep, deep soul connection. It's beautiful. So that's a positive thing going forward. We did the past, and now we're in the present. So this, after you've made these choices, you're going forward. Here you are, and you're like, I'm in control of my life. Now you have the Death card. Death card does not mean death. It does mean the end of a cycle, or the end of a chapter, and going forward. closing the door, saying goodbye, and moving on. It could be a physical move to a new home. It could be a new location. It could be a new job. It could be a career. It could be people that you've had to let fall away because you just outgrew each other, or you just went your separate ways, and that happens. That happens a lot. So either way, it's a new journey. And the beautiful thing about this death card, you see the priest or the bishop is petrified. He's like, oh, because the truth is coming. He's not ready to face death. The mother is afraid of death as well, and so she's trying to protect the child. The child is looking, as you can see, the mother's embracing the child. The child is looking over her shoulder at death, saying, yay, a new beginning. Thank God that's over. So it is a very good thing, saying goodbye to the old, and starting that new chapter. And as you can see, he's that horse is like coming in, and he's not stopping. So you're saying goodbye. Now, with the Ten of Wands. Okay, so this is a guy who started off, let's say, the fool who began his journey, and he picked up these experiences and lessons along the way. And now you see his back is hunched over, the Ten of Wands. He is so close to his finish line, to arriving home with all that he's amassed. Maybe he was getting firewood, but he's picked up this right now. It's so heavy they've become burdens, but he's amassed all of this. And all he needs to do is walk a little further to get to where he needs to go. So this card is telling you, Taurus, don't give up before the finish line. Keep going. No matter what the struggle may be, do not give up. I don't know if you've heard of the story of, they say, don't give up 3 feet before the miracle. Okay, and that's actually a true story about a guy who owned a gold mine, and he was digging and digging and digging, and he never found the gold, the vein of gold. And he kept digging, and he finally gave up. He sold the mine, and someone else saw an opportunity. They started digging in the exact same place. This guy gave up, and literally 3 feet into the dig, they struck gold. So the first guy gave up, and he lost the gold. Simple as that. He gave up. And these wands are a burden. He can't see how close he is. That's a little building in the back there. He can't see how close he is to home. See his little house there? Let me see. Maybe not. He can't see. Well, anyway, there's a little house right here. It's a little house. That's a little red roof. So just hang on. And it looks like they're falling, but just keep going, Taurus. Just keep going, because you've got this new beginning. There may be some struggles, but that's okay. That's okay. And because as you've got these struggles, now you also have, we talked about your King of Cups. King of Cups is also, we've got the emotions. He's in control. He's steady. So remember that as you go through this, he's a reminder for you to stay steady and watch over your emotions and think clearly. You have the Page of Pentacles also in what's coming in the future. And, excuse me, doggone it, I'm so sorry. This Page of Pentacles, pages in the tarot represent planning. And so this is about abundance. This is about a finance, the pentacle. It's about how you're going to make more money, or how you're going to support yourself for the future. But it's also taking care of yourself. How are you going to take care of yourself? What are you going to be eating to stay healthy? To stay healthy, to be able to carry the burden. You've got to take care of yourself physically. And as you can see with this guy, this page is also a young person. It could be someone you're close to, and because it's pentacles, like you, Taurus, this could be a younger person in your life, child, niece, nephew, someone you're mentoring, and they could also be in your life in the future. So they may play a greater role in your life down the road, a younger person. But also remember, this is, because it's a planning stage, it's a page, younger, but think of almost like a young child going to grade school. That's what this is. So whatever new thing you're learning, whatever new illumination you're receiving, it's all baby steps. He hasn't moved yet. He hasn't begun it yet. So he's planning. And you may get off to a slow start, Taurus, because this is in reverse. This is the way it normally would be. It's fast moving. It could be arrows of love, which would be great with this couple here. But it's also air travel. It's also quick decisions, quick action. It's a card of action. Think of arrows when they fly. I mean, they go so quickly through the air. They just, right? So you've got 8 of them. But this way, a little bit slow, a little bit sluggish. So it's not a bad thing. It just means this could be off to a slow start, whatever you're beginning, because you've got the 8 and then you've got the 10. Well, you've got the 10 first and then the 8. So this is not a bad thing. It's just whatever new thing you're doing that you've planned, you may need a little bit more information. You may need a little bit more, not experience, but a little bit more knowledge for the task at hand. So this is, more towards later November. We've got the present and the future. So going in through November, you've got enlightenment, and then wrapping up November and going into December, you have the 4 of Swords. 4 of Swords in reverse. 4 of Swords is normally people taking a break. You need to rest. You need the respite because life is so busy. You set your swords down, and swords again are cold. They're knowledge. They see things clearly, but you need to take a break from everything. So this is now you really need to take a break for a minute. Clear your head, clear your mind. Put everything on pause just for a few minutes because you need to take that time spiritually to focus. Remember, Eagle is there to help you, and you've got news. Like, you've got a lot of going on. This transformation takes time, and so this is heavy duty, right? This is just regularly taking a break, needing a respite, and this sometimes can be the opposite. But for you, going into November, I feel like you need to take the break because your clarifier is the 6 of Wands. Let me do that. 6 of Wands, but it's in reverse. So it's the victory card. Like he's riding in and everybody's like all excited. And the regular Rider-Waite deck, I mean, he's got a little smirk on his face. The horse has even got a little look on his face like, I'm all that. I did it. We did it. We're victorious. There's the olive wreath. He's got the olive wreath on his head. And yay, yay, everybody's cheering him. He's riding in and they're all lined up on the streets. But you have it, but it's slower, it's less. It's still a victory, but it's going to take a little while longer, so that's why it's leading into December, even the first week of December. So take the break, and you can reverse this, and you can set this up right, but you have to pay attention and take that time for the enlightenment. Also, to help you along, in December or the end of November, you have fire, you have passion. You have passion, which definitely will go very well with your king and queen here, with you and whoever comes in. There will be passion if you're looking for love. This, again, isn't a love reading, but there it is. Fire and passion. But also what you approach your new venture with, or your new idea with, or your new creativity, or what you're currently doing, you're going to approach it in a different way and do it with passion. Passion burns. It doesn't just transform. It transmutes something into something else. It creates a new thing. So we have wood, and then it's transmuted into fire and smoke, and then again into ash. And then it nourishes the ground, and where another seed, another tree can thrive and grow. And then it just recycles. So this passion transmutes. So whatever you do, don't do it haphazardly. Do it right. Do it once the first time, and do it with passion. Do what you love, Taurus. Do what you love. And if you love a lot of things, just focus on one thing or two. You don't have to go crazy because you need that rest. Because you're in November, going into November, you have that enlightenment, so you have to take time for that enlightenment. But look, after enlightenment comes what? Realization. Realization. He's in the dark looking through the keyhole to where the dawn is, to where the new beginning is. That new beginning that you're going with the death card. Look at that. You can't make this stuff up, Taurus. You've got the death card and then new beginnings. The death card is new beginnings, realization. And in the same row, you've got enlightenment. And again, once you're enlightened and you see things clearly or in a different way, the sunlight, which is lighting up this deck right now and lighting up my hand, you can't see it, but that sun lights things up. And once you see things clearly or they're more brighter, that sun, you see things you didn't see before, things that were hidden. And then you have the realization of what you need to do and where you've been and where you're going. Like, this is the darkness, this is the moon, the stars, which night is great. But then that enlightenment lights up and you've got the realization. It's like, holy cow, I didn't know it was so dark in here. I'm going where the light is. So, Taurus, it's a beautiful reading. I would take stock in all of this. And this card, I forgot to mention, is a message from your future self. That's what this line is. You are capable of brilliant transformation. Your future self knows this, and you've already done it, and you've already transformed many, many times. You've already been here and done that. So remember that. You're going to do it. You're going to do what you set out to do. And you're in this beautiful time, even though it's the end of the year, we're closing out, we're settling down, nature is quieting down and getting ready for a long winter sleep. In the southern hemisphere, nature is waking up. It's springtime, and it's a new beginning. So there's always growth, new beginnings, new dawnings, and you're right in the middle of it, smack dab. It's you, Taurus, closing a chapter and starting fresh, and right now, starting at almost the finish line. You're like almost there. So you've got this, Taurus. You've got this. I will see you next month. As my mom used to tell me before I did a reading, I'm going to share with you, stay spiritual. I'll see you next time, Taurus. Bye for now.